Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacob Ferguson. Today we're going to be looking at Down Under versus the World Episode 2. Um, Canada All-Stars has been very interesting these past couple of weeks. Everybody, I think, knows where I've been if you've been keeping up with the posts that I've been making. On the 22nd of July, I had to, unfortunately, put Ginger Snap to sleep. And I really haven't felt like coming back on here and making videos for the past couple weeks just because I've been kind of in a weird headspace about it. It was ultimately the right thing to do. I'm glad that we made that decision. I just wish that I didn't have to do it when I had to do it. But she's in a far better place if you believe in that. And I am happy to be back here. Now, I have missed 3 episodes of Canada and an episode of Down Under versus the World. And today we're going to be talking about the second episode of that. Canada All-Stars has been going well. I've been really enjoying it. I love the strategy that they are playing. They have had a girl group challenge, a design challenge, and a advertising challenge. And I want to tell you guys a little bit of something. I was recording the video for the girl group challenge in Canada, and it was the Sunday after, it was the Sunday before, actually, I put Ginger down. And everything was really kind of getting to me. And I had to call my brother in the middle of it and just, like, it's not that I don't enjoy doing this with you guys, but I had to take that mental health, that's really when I had to start taking my mental health break. I just realized that, like, I can't have fun while I'm stressed about stuff. It's the same thing that happened when I lost my job in January. I just felt like I shouldn't be doing this. I should be focusing on something else. So, I'm sorry that I haven't been more active on here, but I mean, you guys now understand why I wasn't. And I'm happy to get back into a really, really great season of Down Under versus the World. I don't really care what anybody else says. Down Under versus the World has one of my favorite casts. I will say that the challenges have been a little bit cheap, but the cast itself is great enough to where I don't feel the need to be like, this season's ruined. And a lot of people think that because this episode kind of ruined the fantasy for a lot of people, not the queens, but for a lot of people. And I've seen a lot of people going, I won't be watching, this season's horrible. And it's like, have fun, give these queens a chance, because we haven't seen Art Simone or Coco Jumbo or Floor even for years. And Miss Jade So is a really huge fan favorite. So just because they eliminate another fan favorite doesn't mean that you have to stop watching it. Now, the big draw and the big takeaway of Down Under versus the World is that Raven was allegedly supposed to be competing. She competed in the first episode, which was a design challenge, and you know I love the design challenges on any season of Drag Race. I just like that. I didn't take any pictures. I'm sorry. But this is kind of like an impromptu video because I promised a big Ginger Snap special type thing over the weekend, and I had stuff to do. So that didn't get done. So this is kind of the consolation prize for that. It's not going to be as big as I wanted it to be. We're not going to really be talking about Canada that much. But we are going to be talking about Down Under versus the World episode 2. The design challenge of Down Under versus the World episode 1 was that they had to design outfits based off of a randomly selected fabric. They did this back in season 4. But they didn't do the pass around thing that they did. Floor has said that they were allowed to steal each other's boxes, and that is how Michael really ended up with her fabric on that episode. And Michael and Miss Jade So were the top 2. They lip synced to Melodrama by Bex, and Nobody Went Home. And we find out the reason of that this episode. The reason that Nobody Went Home is because Raven is not competing. Which, for a lot of people, was a big bummer, me included. I really wanted to see Raven compete this season. The first look that she made was absolutely stunning. Um, and honestly, she should have been top three over. Who was in the top that episode? It was Michael, Jade, and Vibe. Yeah, Raven should have been in the top over Vibe that week. Just saying. I think that her outfit was far better than Vibe's was, but I really have enjoyed Vibe this season as well. Um, and we find out that Miss Jade So and Michael Maruli had both chosen Floor's lipstick. Floor and Lala Ree were in the bottom, and they both chose to eliminate Floor. Now, do I think that this was a strategy to get one of the Down Under queens out? Absolutely, I do. I think that that would have been a smart move based on the international girls. An international alliance would actually be really great. There are 6 international queens, well, technically 5, but 6 international queens at this point. If you eliminate all but one of the Down Under queens, then your chances rise exponentially. Um, But on the opposite side, we also kind of have a Down Under alliance forming with Art Simone, Coco Jumbo, and Vibe kind of looking out for each other, and Floor kind of being the odd girl out there because she's kind of seen as the villain of the season. The reason that they both chose her lipstick was because of what she was saying about Lala Ree during the episode. And the fact that she thought that she did a lot better than Lala Ree did and all of that. And meanwhile, Lala Ree was just defending herself. She wasn't really talking about how Floor did. So Miss Jade So especially kind of felt like that was insincere, and she wanted to eliminate Floor because of it. Luckily, both of them got saved, so neither one of them went home. And Raven is announced to be the guest judge this week. And for this week's Maxi Challenge, the queens had to perform in a Kylie Minogue tribute band. Now, we've seen this on Down Under episode season 4, where they had to create Olivia Newton-John tribute bands, or more accurately, Sadie from Grease tribute bands inspired by Olivia Newton-John. And I have to say that, like, I hated the songs. Ooh, especially the first one. Like the second one, loved like the disco vibe to it. Like it was fine, but the first one was so like it just gets ingrained in your head, but not in a good way. Not in a way that it's like I've had Such a Wicked Love by LaToya Jackson stuck in my head pretty regularly on and off for the last couple of weeks. And whenever I hear that song, like in my head, I'm like, this was such a good song. But like, this one got ingrained in my head this weekend, and it just, like, anytime that I would watch the episode, because I watched the episode multiple times to kind of get a feel for it, girl, like every single time I was like, and whoever was singing like the actual like vocals for it, I think it was Michelle Visage, and I'm sorry Michelle, but like especially on Princess of Pop, you were wailing on that thing, and it was not a pretty sound. Like ooh girl, like that's what really made it like really annoying for me, at least, was just the "we love you kindly." I didn't know. No, thank you. Art Simone has kind of explained a lot of things on her review show, which is now filmed live, Kick Ons. Which, if you haven't seen Kick Ons, she has like a wealth of Kick Ons content. This is what I mean. Like all of y'all are like, oh, we want to watch. We only like the American queens. And it's like, yeah, but like Art Simone has done kick-ons for seasons 2, 3, and 4 of Down Under. It is now doing Down Under versus the World is kind of like her farewell to kick-ons. thing. Like, she's like, if you want to watch Down Under, but you don't want to watch Down Under, go to Kick Ons. Watch that. Like, she invites like a bunch of iconic Down Under queens, of whom have been on the show, and Space Horse. I gotta call out Space Horse, like a Fab Queen who is part of the Down Under scene and absolutely one of the best queens that I've seen on like an interview platform. I remember during season two's Kick-Ons when they were talking about Snatch Game, and Space Horse said that she would play the Hydron Collider, and I just think back to that constantly, and I go, that's actually a good idea. I like that. Do that. That's funny. Yeah, it's a funny one. I really do like Art Simone. I know a lot of people dislike her, especially because she got a second chance when there were no queens of color left in the competition on season one. But that's not her fault, that's production's fault. Production of season one was absolutely a shit show. And I think for most of Down Under, it has been an absolute shit show. Everything is so like cheaply made. The production is smaller. The challenges don't feel as grand, and this is kind of what I mean by this season as well. Like, I thought with the jump in production quality on the cameras and stuff like that, that the challenges were going to be a lot better produced than what they were. The songs kind of lacked anything. Like, it was the exact same chorus each and every time. There was no like bridge or riff or anything like that. It was the exact same thing multiple times, and that's when it started to get annoying, you know. Also, the runways. We gotta talk about this. Art Simone has said that they cut one of the runways, and that the runways that we see this week were actually just supposed to be performance based. But they decided to make it a runway instead, and so a lot of queens added onto their runway looks, such as Art Simone did with her backpack frond thing that she had on. And I know a lot of this is coming from Art Simone, but she's really the only queen that's been speaking up about this season in terms of like the behind the scenes production. So that's why I'm talking so much about her perspective, especially, is that I don't know anybody else's perspective. I know that Nicole Paige Brooks did an interview with Pink News, which I will reference later in the video, but yeah, I want more people to be speaking out about what went on behind the scenes as much as they can divulge. Obviously, you know, honor the NDA, but I want to hear about that because it seems interesting to me. So the groups are as follows: Lala Ree, Nikita Iman, Art Simone, no, not Floor, Coco Jumbo, Nicole Paige Brooks, and it's Lala Ree, Art Simone, Nicole Paige Brooks, Nikita Iman, and Coco Jumbo are Princessa Pop, Vibe, Estrella Extravaganza, Miss Jade So, Michael Maruli, and Floor are Disco Goddess. The runway category is Forever Kylie, and I'm going to be completely real, they already did this runway prompt on season 3. Flora's had to do this runway prompt twice at this point. The first time she did the Green Fairy, I think there were 2 Green Fairies. It was her and somebody else. Because that was Snatch Game. She sent Rita Menu home to Secrets. Why do I know this? Because I watched Kick Ons, bitch. I haven't seen the actual season yet. I'm still on season 4. Because that one's a little bit tough for me to get through as well. I just end up going back to like UK or something like that. ADHD is real. Because I'll be watching a season of Drag Race and I'll just go, I'm not feeling this, and I'll switch it to something else. And it's like I need to wrap my head around it. I've been able to watch this episode 2-3 times already and not really be bored because there's little things that I pick out. Though I usually skip over the part where they say that Raven's the mole just because, whatever. We already knew that. That's also a big thing about this episode is I don't like that. Raven should be competing. I would love to see her compete again. I would love to see her on Canada versus the world. Give her an actual platform to compete and make it fair. But I don't think that we're ever going to get her competing. I just don't. I think that RuPaul would never compete with her, but never allow her to compete on regular Drag Race anymore because she needs somebody to do her makeup. And this was really the only time for her to compete, and they chose for her not to. Though Raven has said that she has felt really, really loved by the fan base and was very glad that at least for one episode she got to be back on TV. I just wish that we got more of her. I wish that like halfway through the season they were like, oh, I guess they wanted to do that before anybody got eliminated. I guess that would kind of suck if you found out that somebody who's still in the competition who took your spot was actually not there the entire time. But like I would have lived for her to actually have been competing. I would have lived for Floor to go home last week and have Raven be in the top 10 and still be competing. But I'm so glad that we got Floor back. I guess we need to talk about the runways. Because God knows I don't remember any of the lyrics to these songs. I'm gonna say this. Kylie Minogue is a fabulous singer. I love Kylie Minogue. I love Your Disco Needs You is one of my favorites. What Do I Have to Do is one of my other favorites. Watching UK versus the World, season 3, and listening to What Do I Have to Do by Kylie Minogue, I was like, yes, this song is great. I love this. Her Secrets album, absolutely fantastic. I don't think that there is a single miss that Kylie Minogue has ever produced. I don't know that yet. I don't like Better the Devil You Know or Can't Get You Out of My Head very much. Actually, no, I do like Can't Get You Out of My Head. I was going to cancel. I don't, like, I've listened to those songs. They're not really my favorite of those, but I do enjoy them. And of course, Padam Padam is fabulous as well. Anything off of her disco albums, like Supernova or I Love It, fabulous. Great. Unlike Danny, she hasn't really had any misses for me. Because I begin to wonder, is there for Danny? Poor Danny. I shouldn't be hating on Danny. She hasn't done anything wrong. Love you, Danny Minogue. Art. I'm surprised that nobody has done Kylie Minogue for Snatch Game, but I guess I don't know a whole lot about Kylie Minogue besides her songs. And to that extent, I don't know a whole lot about Kylie Minogue's fashion. Like, this was very, like, I didn't recognize a single one of these besides maybe the Padam Padam music video one that Floor wore, but even then, the thing about Drag Race is whenever they do a night of 1,000, the one thing that we can count on is that they're going to show a reference image. Even if especially if it's an obscure look. Like, Cher has countless iconic looks. So if a queen wanted to walk out in her her Oscar thing with the headdress, or anything out of her music videos, or even just like a simple pantsuit, or the thing that she wore in the mask, people would recognize that to be Cher. I don't get a lot of fashion out of Kylie Minogue, though, again, I know Kylie for her songs and not for her fashion. So I don't know any of the references that they were providing, besides the Olympic one that Art Simone did, but that's because I've spent the most time with the creator of that, Art Simone, on her YouTube channel where she has talked about it. Art Simone is fabulous. I love her. I don't know if Art will ever watch this video, but you were fabulous. I do love you. I also love Coco Jumbo. She's a great confessional queen, and it makes everything that I'm about to talk about with her that much more sad. But I do really love Coco Jumbo. I love Floor, though first episode Floor, not a huge fan, but I do love her. like, I was rooting for her on season 3, mostly because no shade to Isis or Gabriella Labucci, though I do love me some Gabriella. Um, I wanted somebody not white to win for once in their life. Now that being said, I was fully Team Spanky Jackson. I love Spanky Jackson. I love Muldrag. I love Muldrag. And Spanky, and you, again, I love you. But that runway package was a choice that you made. And that choice did give you a crown. But I do believe that it was your personality that got you through to that finale. Because besides the ending runway, which that ending runway on season 2 is absolutely stunning. I also love the clown runway of season 2. Dance. I just remembered Minnie Cooper on the little wheelie things. To baby like to dance in the dark, pew pew pew. Love Minnie Cooper. Honestly, her and Spanky Jackson and Hanaconda and Queen. Honestly, all of season 2's cast, love them all. Love every single one of them. And Maxi Shield, I know that she's no longer with us, but Maxi Shield, during Absolutely Everybody, pulling out the little microphone, because we get a tribute to that this episode, and I kind of tear up watching the lip sync this episode because it's a tribute to Maxi Shield. Now, one thing that I do kind of want them to clear up is that Art Simone did say that Maxi was supposed to be there with them. I don't know if she was supposed to be with them in spirit or if she was actually a contestant and got the bad news about her health and had to drop out, and that's why they replaced her with somebody. But if it is the latter, I wonder who they replaced her with. It was probably a Down Under girl, and it was probably Coco Jumbo, but I don't know. It probably was not Coco Jumbo. Maybe Coco Jumbo was always there. Maybe it was Flora or Nicole Page Brooks. I just want to know who it was, because I think that's kind of awesome, and that makes me want to root for that person even more, because they weren't originally supposed to be on the cast. But I really do miss Maxi Shield. Like, I thought in my heart of hearts that she deserved the world on that season. I thought that she won the Better the Devil You Know lip sync against the racist, who will never get a second chance to ever shine in that thing. So she better be glad that she made top 4, because if it was me judging that thing, she would have been the first one out. But I love Maxi Shield. Rest in peace, Queen. Like, you were absolutely fabulous. I'm getting emotional because, like, it's not often that we get older drag queens on seasons like this. Minnie Cooper is also one of them, and I think that we are getting an older queen on season 19. But her style of drag and the way that she was able to do what she did as successfully as she did, she was in the Olympics. Like, she and Minnie Cooper have both been in the Olympics in the opening ceremonies and stuff like that. Like, they don't play around with drag queens down under. I just love you, and thank you so much for being on that show. I quote your Magda Sabansky, I think it is, the mom from Babe, constantly. Well, Rue, every time the bloody pig came near me, I thought of breakfast. Like, I loved her. And I'm so glad that we got a tribute to her this episode. What I didn't love were these looks. Let's get into them. Let's start with Lalaurie. Lala. Love Lalaurie. I'm so happy to see her back. I play on the Drag Race Simulator sometimes. It's now, I think, pay to play, which is fine. I got my subscription like a while back, so it was a one-time thing. I only had to pay for it once, which is fabulous. And one time in this simulation, it was a lipstick thing, and Lalaurie and Alexis Michelle were on the exact same season, and I had them like with a fantastic track record, fantastic opinions towards one another, and Lala Ree sent her home. And I just felt so proud because, like, that's vindication for me. Lala Ree's elimination is the reason I stopped reviewing All Stars 8. I thought it was completely unjustified and unfair that she got eliminated there, especially by a queen that promised to save her. And if I was ever in the same competition as Alexis Michelle, I would choose her lipstick every single time. Love Alexis Michelle, but it's revenge for Lala Ree for me at least. Lala is such a fabulous performer. That being said, Lala Ree is such a fabulous performer when it's a style of music that she knows and likes. Here with Kylie Minogue song, I don't think that Lala Ree was able to bring the full Lala Ree experience. The outfit was a basic red dress with leather gloves and leather boots and a nice wig. And, like, okay, I guess they didn't provide a reference image, but, like, I guess Kylie has worn this at some point. For me, it is very basic, very, very basic, and I don't necessarily live for it. I also, because I don't get the reference, like, and because a lot of these looks are a bit basic, I just don't know. Like, I don't want to crunch a lot of them, but like this was not this shouldn't have been a runway category. This should have just been their things. Give them a Puss Puss Magus runway category at least. Like, Lala Ree looked a mess on the runway, but at least her lyrics were fine. I don't remember any of them, but I do remember that she got flow, and she went first. So Cream for the challenge, I thought that she did great. She also choreographed the entire thing, which, judging by, again, Kick Ons, which, oh my gosh, 1 second. I do have to mention Ms. Xena Ghost. I just got that reference. Xena Ghost, Cena Ghost, icon. Ms. Xena Ghost, during Kick Ons, constantly saying that they should have just given Nicole Paige Brooks a gun, was just goddamn hilarious. It's so funny. I love you, Xena. Trans icon, Xena Ghost, from Down Under. Fabulous. I don't know if she is from Australia or New Zealand, but follow her. I don't know why I just said clock it, but, like, she is fabulous. And she was such a good, like, queen to have on Kick Ons. Her and Queen Kong both were really, really fun. But during Kick Ons, Art Simone did say that Lala Ree's choreography was not Kylie in the slightest, but she wasn't going to say anything. They were also Charlene's Angels, and Art Simone had to explain who that was. I don't know who that was. But I'm very happy that they, I don't know if they even got to name themselves, but love that for them. It's a crunch for the runway for Lala Ree. Love you, Lala Ree. Love you, Lala Ree. And I hope that you make it pretty far this season, because I'm rooting for you, girl. You're a good time girl, and especially since she's gonna be the last American on the season, I'm rooting for her. That's my like, South sister as well. She's from Atlanta. That's why I also loved Tamisha Iman so much. She's from Atlanta, and also she was 40-something years old. And I'm sorry I live for the older queens. You already know. I already just almost cried during my tribute to Maxie Shield. So let's move on to Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, Nicole, love Nicole. So happy she got to be on this. But we got to think with our brainy poos here for a minute. In what universe would Nicole Paige Brooks have ever won a season of Drag Race? Let's think. I love Nicole Paige Brooks, and her style of drag is something that I love, because it's just like Spanky Jackson. She does not take herself too seriously. When she wants to serve puss, she does. She brings the whole pet store, but usually she wants to make it to show off what she considers her best assets and what she wants to show off. And I love that for her. and I love her runway look. Her runway look was fine, but I think Michelle Visage said that it was a 90s look, but it looked more 80s. I don't know if she styled it to be more 80s, but um, it was supposed to be a 90s look. It still looks good. Nicole looks good. And based off of everything that she wore this season, it's her best runway of the season. Her lyrics. I love Nicole. But these lyrics did not have flow. They did not rhyme. And, like, well, they did. But it was, like, the rhyming structure did not make any sense. I love her down. But, like, also, she didn't know the words to her own lyrics as either. But I do love her. She did the challenge. She was there for it. I won't say that she did. She did the worst in the challenge. She did. She did the worst in the challenge aspect of it. But is that enough for somebody like me to send her home? I would have had to think long and hard. This was genuinely a Sophie's choice because there was a lot riding on the other queen in the bottom and not a whole lot riding on Nicole. But if it were me, the decision would almost be impossible for me to choose who to send home. I think, honestly, I would have probably gone with the other queen in the bottom just because I love Nicole Page Brooks that much. But it would be a decision that I would really have to think about because, again, there is so much writing on the other queen in the bottom. Nicole gets a cream for the runway, but a crunch for the performance. Let's go to Nikita Iman. So Nikita does not know the words to her own lyrics, and a lot of people in the comments section have been stating, and I don't want to put this on her, and I don't want to say this about her. I'm just saying what other people have been saying, that it looks like she was not ready to come back. And I don't know that. Unless I hear it from her herself, I don't know that. I don't think that we should be projecting, some sort of mental illness onto anybody or anything like that. But like this is the second time in Down Under thing where like they've had to ask, hey, are you okay to continue the competition? Because they did it last year with Max Drag Queen. But that one was for more of like a personal reason. We don't know what's going on with Nikita Iman quite yet, other than the fact that she can't get it out of her head. I had to do that to her. I'm so sorry, Nikita. I love Nikita Iman. I'm so glad that we are getting a Polynesian princess again to grace our screens after Britta did it like years ago. I love Britta as well. She had to take a step back from drag due to health reasons, and I know that people hate Britta in the fandom for some fucking reason because she attacked Aiden Zane, who also apparently said the N-word at one point in time. I've seen the tweets where she said it. But go send Britta some love. God knows she needs it. And Nikita. And what I love about Nikita, what I do love about Nikita, is that this runway look that she did looks basic, but the actual look is not basic. She could have just done the EXO dress. Like, I think I had seen this image before of Kylie Minogue in the EXO dress. But when she turns around, it spells out Nikita on the back. And that little touch just elevates it even more. I really do enjoy this look. Though, again, it is a bit basic, but maybe that is Kylie's brand overall. It's just like a basic-ish dress. But I do love Nikita Iman's runway look. I just wish that in the challenge she knew her words. It's going to be a crunch for the challenge, but a cream on the runway. She made it custom, and I enjoy that. I hope that we get a better Nikita in the future. I really do. I hope that her being low but not in the bottom kind of wakes her up and makes her want to compete more. Because I'm excited to get to see what she did. She almost won last. Well, no, she didn't. She got top 5, but she won a challenge. She won the makeover challenge, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Up next, Kiku Jumbo. I love Coco Jumbo. Again, I would have sent her home this episode because I love Nicole Page Brooks that much more. But this is what I'm talking about. A lot riding on this. We have to get the elephant out of the room that besides her and maybe Vibe, they're the only 2 Australian queens of color on this cast. Indigenous queens. To send Coco home now, when an Indigenous queen has almost universally gone home in every single instance that they could have besides Queen Kong, would absolutely suck. Especially if she's the first one out. That is what I'm talking about when I'm saying there was a lot riding on her. There was a lot riding on this. And I do think that Art honestly made the right decision and the right call at the end of the day. But Coco did okay in the challenge. She did flub a lot of her words. A lot of the queens did. And it's because they had such a quick turnaround. They only had about, 6 hours? Or maybe even 12 hours, double that, I guess, to learn everything. So they really didn't have a lot of time before the performances. But that's an excuse, but that shouldn't be the entire reason that you forget the majority of the lyrics that you wrote. I also think that Coco's runways were the weakest this week because they were 3 of the exact same dress, no variation except for where the heart was placed on them and the color. And I do love Coco, but these looks were not it. They were just really bulky and not great. And I know that she's been on a body journey this season, and I'm not about to body shame Coco Jumbo, but it just could have been it could have fit better. It could you could have done a lot more to maybe zhuzh it up. I know, put rhinestones or sparkles on the hearts, or drag that shit up, make it look good. I know you were a drag queen. You have rhinestones. Use them, please. Maybe even rhinestones around the neck, something like that. I understand that maybe the rhinestones would have fallen off during the reveals, but even just especially on the hearts, or a glitter heart, or, something like that. Or maybe, better fabrics where they don't look, as cheap as they did on the runway. I don't know. But, it just wasn't it. And I do love Coco Jumbo, but her runway looks were the worst. It's going to be a crunch for both. Finally, in Princess of Pop is Art Simone, and I'll be honest, I love her verse. Again, I've spent the most time with Art Simone on Down Under stuff, so I know the most about her. I love this outfit. She did a fabulous job recreating it. She said that she wanted to go for accuracy, but they had to scale it up because she is a drag queen. So Kylie is neat petite, ready to eat with the the rear of the year. But Art Simone is a man in a wig, so she had to drag it up. And I love Art Simone's look here. She's fierce. And I'm kind of rooting for her. I really am. I think, again, it's because I know a whole lot about her. It's going to be 2 creams. She did the best in the challenge, I think, overall, really. Besides maybe 1, but we'll get into that next. Let's talk about Miss Jade So. So this is the disco group. And I will say that I don't remember a whole lot about the verses, but what I will say is that this group was marginally better. Vibe said that she wanted to see what everybody else kind of came up with, but during the chorus and stuff, that she would kind of take over for that and give them a chorus thing to do. And I think that turned it out a lot better than Princess Pop. Miss Jade So is absolutely fierce, fabulous, and also extraterrestrial. She comes from her own planet Vortexa, and I live for that. I love the fact that she isn't even like a drag queen. She's a drag alien. She's from out of this world. And also, like, I just love her. Like, watching her in this season, I want her to win so badly. Like, I just need her to. I need her and maybe Art Simone to be top two, Lala Ree to be top four, and like have that fantasy, and like Estrella to be also top four. That's my top four: Estrella, Miss Jade So, Art Simone, and Lala Ree. And if not Lala Ree, then like maybe fucking Michael. I don't know. I love Vibe as well. Vibe also could make it. I would be fine with it. But you know, like those are kind of my top four. I love Miss Jade So a lot. Her lyrics were fine. I don't remember any of them, but I guess they were fine. They were enough to keep her out of the bottom. But her runway was absolutely spectacular. I love the pink corset. I love the fans. It was just fabulous. I live for Miss Jade So a lot. I know that she went through a little bit of a crisis before the season started, but I think that she has gotten a lot better now, and that's a good thing. I am very happy that she's getting the love that she deserves, and she should have won season 2 of Philippines. Next. Next up is Estrella Extravaganza. I gotta be completely honest, I love her. I love Estrella. I love the way that she talks to the judges. I love the way she talks to the contestants. I love the drag that she does. I love the fact that, like, last week she was in the bottom, this week she's in the top. I think that she should have been top 2 over Floor, to be completely honest with you. I love Floor. Love Floor. I thought Estrella deserved it a bit more. I loved her vocals. The little run that she does, absolutely cunt. Absolutely perfection. No notes. 10 out of 10 would listen to her verse over and over. Her runway was really good as well. Again, because I have no sort of reference image or anything like that to point me in the right direction, this could have very much been something that Kylie Minogue wore, and I would have lived. From what the judges were saying, this was not the exact reference, but like I don't care. This was absolutely like perfection in my eyes. I love the eye nipples. I love the boxing gloves. I love the leopard catsuit. I love the red. I do agree with Raven that, you know, like the boot also could have been leopard, but nitpicks, you know, I don't really care. I just love her, and I think that she could have been top 2. It's 2 creams for me. She did great. Next up is Michael Maruli, I think. Yeah, because it was all of the international queens and then the 2 down under queens. Because we still got Floor was last, so we still got Vibe to talk about after Michael. Michael did fine this week. I love her runway look. It's Can't Get You Out of My Head, and like it is one of the most accurate ones that I've seen. I know this runway look because I mean, like, obviously it's one of her album cover things. Or music video things. I don't remember. But I know that I've seen the look on her before. I also think that Michael did a really, really good job with her lyrics. I thought that she did a really nice job. I could understand all of them. And it just goes to show that, like, this group was a lot better prepared than Princess of Pop. It's 2 creams. Again, I have no notes. She did a really good job. Next up is Vibe. I love Vibe. I think that Vibe is really cool. I wasn't rooting for her on her original season. To be honest, I was Team Lazy Susan. Because I know who Lazy Susan is because I watched Kick Ons, and Lazy Susan was on Kick Ons for seasons 2 and 3. Not on season 4, and obviously not here. Unfortunately, because she is a judge this time around, Lazy Susan cannot be part of Kick Ons or anything like that because obviously contract. And it must be weird being judged by one of your best friends, because her and Art Simone are really close. but I really do love Vibe. I love the Aphrodite, like, goddess era of Kylie, and I loved this look on Vibe. She did a really, really, really good job this week, especially in choreographing the disco number. I don't remember anything about her lyrics, but again, they were enough to keep her out of the top, so they must have been out of the bottom, so they must have been a cream. And again, her runway was a cream. She also did just a fantastic job here. Last but certainly not least is Floor. Now, I love her runway look. I was less enthusiastic about her verse. I thought that she did a good job, but top three, I probably wouldn't have given it to her. I probably would have given it to Michael or maybe even Vibe or Miss Jade, because Miss Jade's outfit was just spectacular. But I understand where they were coming from. Floor did a really great job here, and I'm very happy to get to see her back here. She now lives in the UK. She's been all over the world. She's a Kiwi. She's Guatemalan. All of this sort of stuff. So she is really a melting pot of everything that makes Floor unique, and I just enjoy that. Her verse was good. Again, I don't remember anything about it, but it was good. Her runway look is also really good. I love the padam padam thing. It's a cream for both. Though I probably would have still put Estrella in the top, just personal preference. But I understand why Floor was up there, and they lip sync. And the lip sync song is "What Do I Have to Do" by Kylie Minogue. And I was sitting there, and because the tea has been drier than before you put it in boiling water, I had no idea what lip sync song was about to be performed. I knew it was probably going to be Kylie Minogue, but I didn't know what sort of lip sync song they were about to bring up in this gig. And I was thinking, okay, what Kylie songs haven't they done yet? They have not done The Locomotion. They have not done Can't Get You Out of My Head. They've done a bunch of the disco stuff on Drag Race, but, like, they haven't done it on Down Under. And when she said, "What do I have to do?" I went bananas, because this song is perfect. I love this song so much. Art Simone pulls out the microphone and does a tribute to Maxi Shield, and I love that. Floor is there. This lip sync was fine. It wasn't the best lip sync of all time. It wasn't the worst lip sync of all time. Art did pull out the microphone, but did she use it correctly? According to Coco Jumbo, no. But, I mean, like, again, it was a really, really fun lip sync. I had fun with it. I loved that song so much. And Art Simone pulls out her lipstick. By the way, Nicole and Coco are bottom two. If that wasn't clear enough, Art and Floor are the tops. Coco and Nicole are the bottoms. And Art chooses to send home, bam, Nicole Paige Brooks. Which is really depressing and sad, and I personally wouldn't have done that, but okay. But here's the reason that she did. Nicole has said in an interview with Pink News that she was really disappointed in herself, that she didn't get to show off her package, and she didn't really get to show off everything else. But you have to fight for it. Nicole's fight was just not there, and it just wasn't. It wasn't there. Coco was crying. She was talking about disappointing her parents, her family, herself. And Nicole was like, "Yeah, you get to see a bit of my package, but, like, I don't know, keep me." And if that was her fight, send her home. Like, obviously Coco wants it more. Coco needs it more. But I do think that there is a world in which Nicole fights for it and gets to stay. A lot of people are blaming Art Simone. It's not Art Simone's fault that she eliminated Nicole Paige Brooks. I think that it was always written into the cards that, like, Nicole was probably going to be the first one to go, especially after Raven left. She checked out, and I feel so bad, because we could have gotten Nicole Paige Brooks' Snatch Game, because that's next week, but we didn't. We instead get Coco Jumbo, and Coco Jumbo, already flopped Snatch Game. So I'm not really excited to get to see her in Snatch Game, but I hope that she does better. Again, none of this is against Coco Jumbo. I love Coco Jumbo a lot. It's just, hey, I'm an American man. I lived for Nicole Page Brooks on her original season. It has nothing to do with Coco Jumbo. If anybody else, besides maybe Estrella, was in the bottom against her, or Miss Jade So, I probably would have sent them home because it's Nicole Page Brooks, okay? But we have to get our heads around something. I have said multiple times that I would love Vivacious to come back for Versus the World. Coming back does not equal that I need her to win it. I would love Vivacious to win a season of All Stars, but I don't think that her or Nicole Page Brooks' drag is necessarily something that I would look at and go, oh yeah, no, they're winning a season of Drag Race. I think that it is really fun that they get to come back, and if Nicole made it to the top 5 or top 4, that would have been iconic. Get off of my clothes. These are my clothes, not your bed, you absolute buffoon. But to be perfectly honest, I don't think that her drag is there for her to win. But I do love her. I'm still going to be watching this season, and I'm probably going to be focusing on it more than Canada All-Stars, mostly because Canada All-Stars is about over. She already done had hers. They've been making some really big power moves, and I'm very proud of them, and maybe I'll do a retrospective. But for now, I will be signing off because I got work in an hour. So, bye y'all. See you when I see you.